Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. It's the In Wheel Time car talk show. Just ahead, we're going to talk to the missing Richard Tomlin, Apex Auto Works. He's harder to find than Joe Biden.
Oh.
We're going to talk to him about road racing in Mexico. Didn't know they had roads in Mexico. I got to drive the 2023 Dodge Hornet. I'll give you my thoughts on it.
Yeehaw.
Conrad has the cruise-in calendar and This Week in Auto History, and later we'll bring you some of the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Just ahead on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks so much for joining us today. And he's been found, ladies and gentlemen, hanging out at a place down in Alvin called Apex Auto Works. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, live and in living color. It is Richard Tomlin.
Searching for Don's drain.
Yeah, we're making progress on that.
Are we?
Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, the Corvette has a known seat issue that likes to have a current draw. And after much testing of fuses and power drains, we identified the circuit. We have replaced the seat switch, which Eckler's let us down on that, and then we went to eBay, and eBay Motors came through with a Corvette part. So that's here and that's in. The best news of the whole thing is we still have a power draw. So it's got to be the module or one of the two motors that are running on the same circuit, and now it's just identifying those as what the next.
So we've got it narrowed down to the seat.
So now you just start
log jam
cutting wires till the drain goes away.
Oh, I'm not cutting wires, no sir. Like, you really want to make Don mad, cut some wires. That'd be entertaining.
Yeah,
just put his seat in the right place and cut the wire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you do in the race cars, right? Just pull the factory seat out and throw a bucket seat in and bolt it down and go.
Yeah.
This one's not quite like that. So we're lucky enough to have another C5 here with seats out that we've been borrowing some parts off of to help verify exactly what we're seeing. So it's been a process, but we're getting close.
Yay.
You hear me clapping, don't you?
Yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah, I made an offer to him. I said, look, we got to wait for the part to come in. If you want me to come and get the car out of the shop, I'll be more than happy to do that. And it was like crickets. Nothing. So I finally called him a couple of days later. Guess what I get? I'm sorry. This phone number is out of the country. We don't know where it is, but it ain't anywhere near that we have any kind of cell phone tower service.
So is your car.
And so is your car.
So he's hiding from you, Don.
No, apparently he went down to Mexico.
So that black Corvette he was towing
Yeah.
looked awful familiar.
No, he wasn't
Black
towing it. He
anymore.
was driving it down there. No.
It's yellow now.
Hello, Richard. Tell me, where did you go in Mexico?
First stop was Tecate for what they call the Tourist Cup. Basically, it's a 9-mile section of road that is no longer used.
Wait a minute. Don't they make beer down there?
Mm-hmm.
They do make some pretty good beer there.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cheap. I will say that. So we went out there and did about 180 miles of road racing around the Tecate Loop, 9-mile loop. We only had 4 cars that showed up for that one, but we had 32 bikes. 2 people injured on bikes.
Oh, boy.
One that broke an arm, other one broken pelvis. It's motorcycles. When they crash, bad things happen.
Yes, they are. Yes, they do.
But it is nice to see bikes and cars together at one event. Let's just say somewhat coexisting at least.
Did they actually, were they racing on the same track at the same time?
Not at the same time. We split them up in the heats. So bikes first, then cars.
Gotcha.
And one of the teams actually didn't have it there, but they raced sidecars. So I'm working on getting these guys to the Grospec Grand Prix. Like you see in Isle of Man. They've done Isle of Man. And,
Yeah.
The monkey on the side just terrifies me.
Monkey
Like,
on the side.
I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
Monkey racing.
Hanging as far off to the edge as you can.
That would be Mars.
Either edge.
We
Mars
would.
is all in.
Yeah, Mars
I
is.
would love to go to the Isle of Man. I don't know if I'd had enough guts to drive on
No,
it.
we'd strap you down in there. You couldn't
Oh, in
get
a
out.
sidecar?
On
He's
the
used to that.
sidecar.
Yeah, I might could do it a sidecar.
He's used to
No. You need to watch watch these guys on sidecars.
watch these sidecars.
They have
It's,
completely lost their minds.
Yeah, because basically, I think that the sidecar, all it is correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it just a little platform that you could actually move
Correct.
around
It's like a
on it?
skateboard.
And the guy is, whether he's hanging off the side of the sidecar or he's climbing over on the other side and
hanging off the handlebars,
driver.
yeah.
You know, in his head, and Isle of Man may be inches away from a rock wall at 120 miles an hour.
But there's 10
Not
other
for me.
There's 10 other people around you doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So if you fall off, you could get a ride
And a
back.
slower one in front of you.
Yeah.
Faster one behind you. So.
Oh my
Yeah, so we
God!
finished up the Tourist Cup, and we went south down Ensenada. Basically went to San Pedro Matier, which they compare to the Yellowstone that we have here. It's an observatory road, so very barren road. Has 9 observatories at the top, representing 7 countries of the world. Supposedly number 1 place in the world to look at stars. That road we close, and we race up a 19-mile hill climb section of that. So you can somewhat compare it to Pikes Peak, but yet very different because it's a older burrow trail, let's call it that. So the engineering side of that road is not near as nice as what Pikes Peak has, thereby giving it a lot greater challenge.
So you really got to haul ass up the hill.
Hauling donkey is what I was thinking. So, Richard, when you go down there, you go as a team, as a group. There's other racers, and I'm thinking, is it really safe to be down there in another country doing that?
If you read the stuff online and you listen to the State Department, they're going to tell you that as soon as we cross the border, we're going to get chopped up and killed and shot and dragged across and hung up on bridges. Knock on wood. In the now 10 years of traveling back and forth 4 times a year, sometimes 5, we, knock on wood, have never had an issue of any sort. Now, we're also the ones that put our cars on open trailers. We have everything out for people to see. We're not going there acting like we're somebody that we're not. We're just a bunch of racers trying to go have a good time. And Baja specifically, we call it Mexico Light, Diet Mexico, because it's really Baja California. It's kind of its own entity. So there's a whole lot less law, is what I would call it. Kind of Wild West of countries. Mexico proper, when we do Chihuahua, La Carrera, which is going on right now, there's a lot more paperwork, a lot more tracking on where you're going, what you're doing. The government's aware. All of the promoters make the government aware of what we're doing, and we're there. Trucks get stickered up and labeled. They know who you are. They know what you're there for. They know you're bringing revenue to their town.
Not only that, but there's actually quite a few drag strips in Mexico. I mean, you don't hear a lot about them. And then they have the Formula E down in Mexico City.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a pretty
Formula
big
One,
car
Mexico
culture.
City. NASCAR's running a couple events down there too.
Right.
They've got their own NASCAR Mexico series that runs in Chihuahua. I've seen it run twice while we were actually there at Chihuahua. So NASCAR's pretty big down there as well.
Yeah. So they have an
like
appreciation
motorsports.
for it.
Yep, absolutely.
I guess you could pick you up a couple of dogs down there and bring them
the
back to Chihuahuas.
Yeah.
Barbecue them.
No
They'll
dogs.
fit on a Weber.
They're great with hollandaise sauce.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about, buying dogs. Somebody got busted for bad behavior of dogs down somewhere around here. They were breeding Chihuahuas, and they were
You gotta
all.
remember, Biden's German Shepherd keeps biting the Secret Service guys too.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know where I got off track, I guess, by talking about Joe Biden and the introduction of you, Richard. I didn't mean to go that far with it, but
okay.
as I said, we talked to the missing Richard Tomlin. Harder to find than Joe Biden.
Yeah, but at least he's not
that,
falling down all the time.
That's true, and stumbling, trying to get on platforms and stuff. Well, Richard, so
trip is one
what?
that's not so much fun though. It's 3,500 miles, 72 hours to drive time,
Yikes.
towing a C5 Corvette. So,
Yeah, C5 Corvette.
Touche.
Yeah, touche. So, Richard, what besides my car, and I'm just in the line there to get things repaired. What fun things have you got going on there in the shop?
we've got a Crown Vic that we're pulling the old P71 police package, pulling the automatic transmission out and putting a Mustang 5-speed into it. So that's going to be all kinds of fun.
And what kind of motor? Are you going to put that motor back in it?
It's going to stick with the same, 4.8 liter, 4.6 Ford Motorsports. I mean, it's nothing crazy. Needs a baby cam to it, but other than that, it runs. It's fun. Taking an automatic out of any car and putting a manual in gains you 25 to 30 horse immediately, and a different joy in driving it.
Yeah,
well,
you can actually be engaged with what's going on.
did that
with the car.
once.
Plus a lot of customized fabrication work, because Crown Vic, there's not like you can go somewhere and buy a used clutch pedal assembly to fit in a Crown Vic. You're going to have to...
Actually using the one out of the Mustang. And there's a couple companies that make them. We actually had choices on where we purchased the kit for this. So there's very little that we have to invent. Even the drive shaft spacer is already made. So we think this swap's going to take us 2 to 3 days, and it'll be back on the ground and driving.
So when a customer comes in and they say they need a motor swap, transmission swap, whatever the case, and you do that, what happens to that old motor? Do they get it back? Do you scrap it? What happens?
Some people want it back. Some people put it in the garage as a spare. Other people just sell it on Marketplace, and then some people say, "Yeah, just scrap it." Just depends on what it is, what value it actually has.
Do you have engines that they said you just keep it? Do you have any of those laying around?
Be nice, Don. Be nice.
No, I'm
Yeah, he's got one out of a 2001 C5
Corvette.
Corvette.
That's funny.
Yeah, I got a low mileage C5 one.
Yeah.
No, actually, I've got a couple little Miata motors shoved around, a couple old Mopar stuff, but man, you can quickly gather so much stuff.
Yeah.
It's painful. So you really try and just say no, get it out of here.
Yeah.
It's just easier that way.
Kind of
Take
like
it
the
with you.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But fun projects, we had one dropped off last night. That's our first dipping our toe in the big end of the pool is we're going to do our first Tesla swap. So we will be making a rear-wheel drive Pontiac Fiero GT out of a Tesla 3.
That could be a cool little ride, because there's not
It's
much
going to
weight.
be very, very fun, and it's being done in a motorsports format. We're not looking to get mileage or anything off this. We're looking to go set fast laps.
Are you recording
So
or
it's going to be a little different than what everybody else has done.
videotaping this for posterity or making some type of historical document?
We have
of it?
not. There's been a lot of discussion about that. The challenges I ran into was once I had somebody come in and record, 30 minutes of video, then it took them 4 weeks to edit the video down. And by that point, you'd missed 4 weeks of what was going on in the shop.
Yeah.
So it's a very large endeavor to get the production of the YouTube and shorts and stuff of that nature. But we've got to do something because we've got some pretty cool, fun projects going on right now. And I think people would enjoy seeing a little bit more of it than just what we are able to give you guys.
Yeah, just set up a webcam and a subscription for people to jump on and watch it.
We know where you can get a smarter AI set up so that you could.
He doesn't know what you're talking about, but
Well,
we do.
I have faith he was watching the show.
And
earlier.
I'm thinking Pikes Peak is in the future for that.
Yep.
Is that where you're going to go with the Fiero? You're going to head for Pikes Peak with it?
We'll talk about that later.
It's just
Depends on how successful.
Get it running first and then decide on that.
Done.
Yep. There's a lot of big plans in store for that little car. We'll see what we can get done in the next 6-7 months, and we should be on track.
So
once we're on track and driving, then things will start manifesting.
what year Fiero is the base car?
I don't know. It's the GT, so it's the last year of it.
Okay, so
Yeah,
88. Yeah, well, 88,
Yeah.
that's when they finally fixed all the suspension issues, because prior to
But I'm
that,
getting rid of all the rear suspension issues.
Right.
So
And they stopped
We'll
production
see.
after that.
yeah.
Yeah.
gonna
Well,
be fun.
that'll
Gonna be a
be-
challenge
that'd be
and
a fun car.
something a little different.
Lemons. Take it to the Lemons race.
No. You don't want to
Not
destroy
enough.
it.
Not enough battery to keep that thing alive.
Richard,
Not enough battery.
so what is your next trip out of town?
Geez, I don't think I have anything planned. The rest of PRI and possibly SEMA.
You think
SEMA,
you're
we got
gonna
an
go SEMA?
invitation last week, so we maybe end up attending again for that one. But PRI for sure up in Indianapolis, early December. Other than that, should be here at the shop trying to get some cars done, ready to go racing.
So what's the status on the Grand Wagoneer you guys made? Where's it, and what's going on with that?
was thinking
It's
that
here.
too.
Probably getting ready to pull the transmission out of it. 6L80 just didn't want to seem to shift gears, and we've done all the computer side of it. Doesn't seem to work, so we're just going to pull the transmission and go through it.
A
Yeah,
GM
we signed that
transmission
on.
problem? No, you'd never believe that, would you?
Yeah, some
Sorry.
things. No. Anyway,
Well, Richard, when I
it's true
dropped
for a reason.
off the Corvette, I saw that designer Jeep that you had there.
That's the one I was talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh, is that the one you're talking
Or
about?
Ashley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it had a transmission issue?
Yep.
Huh. Imagine
not
that.
happy.
Well,
And it's not like it's been driven a lot, but it's just not happy.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you that is a pretty cool. I love the way that the thing looks. And Leslie even said, "Ooh, look at the interior." I said, "Yeah, it's been a show car."
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not
Literally.
know that it had a transmission issue. Well, at any
That's why it's
rate,
back.
well, I wish you the best of luck in the Corvette world, and hopefully,
we'll
maybe
be
next weekend after we get the Hemi hideout, I could come down there and get it.
Yep.
I know you'll be glad to get it out of your hair.
We'll get it solved, and we'll be in touch.
Well, Richard, it's always great to talk to you. Apex Auto Works and Richard Tomlin, the do-all master of everything.
We just play.
I know. Well,
Talk to y'all soon.
Yeah. Okay. Take care.
Thanks.
What do you? He's always.
You
always
think
got
of it, he'll
something.
build it.
I
Yeah.
know. Or fix it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of those kind of guys.
You break it, he'll fix it.
I guess.
A Tesla Fiero swap. How cool is that?
I
You know
haven't
that-
heard anybody trying to do that.
On,
So I think it's really good.
With Ken Diggett, his show, Bitch and Rides, you know, he's made those Corvettes, the 53 or whatever, the lookalikes. They're doing one of those electric. It's going to be some episodes of that.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that. That ought to be
Interesting.
I
fun.
saw some commercials on it.
Time now for the cruise-in calendar, and I've got one. Can I add to one?
Sure.
Please do, Don.
Okay. So this is a cruise-in and an event because it's a judged car show. It's going on right now.
Can you do that?
Good Grub and Gears. You down in the Friendswood area, head on over to Stevenson Park, if you know where that is. It's a car show and a fall festival down there. As soon as the show's over with here this morning, I'm going to head down there myself, taking my glasses so I can see
There you go.
the eclipse.
Don't use those while you're driving.
Thank you. No,
But
Are you
can't
going to be
see.
signing hero cards while you're there?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, the judging and award presentation, judging is going on now. Award presentation at 3:00 this afternoon. So come join
and
us.
your
Say hello.
Corvette's in Alvin.
And my Corvette's in Alvin. So
Not far.
At any rate, continue on.
So, bee bodies and bombshells on the South Freeway in Pearland, Texas. That's tomorrow. Just an open cruise-in. Also tomorrow is the Buddha Show and Shine at Cabela's in Buddha, Texas.
It's excited.
The Starbucks Cruise in Corpus Christi is tomorrow at 7 p.m. The Cameron Car Club Classic Car
Sunday night at 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Starbucks.
Okay, go ahead.
The Cameron Car Club Classic Car Show, in Fannin Avenue in Cameron, Texas. That's tomorrow night or tomorrow morning at 9
Oh,
a.m.
my God.
Also tomorrow morning in Madisonville is the Texas Mushroom Fest Car Show. Come and see all the psychedelic paint jobs. What the heck? The Texas Mushroom Car Show. I just thought that was great.
I think it is too.
So is it? They make it into tea or they smoking it?
Magic mushrooms. I guess.
Psilocybin.
The Pumpkin Patch Car Show at Cornerstone Baptist Church in Kuntz, Texas. That's out there near you guys. Kuntz. It's out there just, west of Silsbee.
He can't talk because he doesn't have his headset on.
The Fall Festival Car Show at the Hempstead Church of Christ is tomorrow at 3 in the afternoon. It's an open car show. Cars and Cocktails at Sawyer Park Ice House in Spring, Texas is the 15th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Also on the 15th is the Bastrop Coffee Cruise-In. The Cleanest Whip Car Show at Harker Heights Event Center in Harker, Texas. Harker Heights, Texas, and that's on the 15th, starting at 4 p.m. Some of these I just like because of the name.
I can
them.
tell that.
All right.
Yeah.
Back to you, Don.
Thank you so much there, Conrad. All right, time now for this hour's car review. The 2023 Dodge Hornet. You've probably seen the commercials if you haven't seen the car yet because it's all new. The Hornet comes in these trim levels: the GT, the GT Plus, the RT, and the RT Plus. I had the GT Plus. This is a small crossover. Some may say it's a mid-size. Okay, you take your pick. It's not the great big one. All right. It seats 5 passengers, all new for 2023, and the color that I had is Acapulco Gold. Now, for
Some stoners naming that car.
you know that somebody up there at Stellantis headquarters in Auburn Hills, Michigan said,
Did we really let that happen?
I'm gonna play a
some
little joke.
flashbacks
I'm gonna
here.
play a little joke on those old people that are out there.
Hey,
that
if anybody's paying attention.
With the Maui Wowie interior.
Hey, that's no joke.
And they're going to Madison for
no
the Texas Mushroom Fest. They need to tub it out and put a Hellcat in it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Exterior features sharp-looking front fascia with large lower grille integrated into it. Bulging fenders with black molding on the wheel openings. Slender, menacing rear lighting. It's a new twist on a small SUV. It is different. Have you driven it?
Well, no, I haven't. It's just I saw the pictures and stuff there, and
Well, you
looks
saw
pretty
it sitting out
interesting.
here in the driveway. I think the overall look is what I really like about it. I mean, it even with the Acapulco Gold, it just works for that.
Makes
vehicle.
it look better, doesn't it?
That's
oh,
it.
yeah, man. This is great.
Really, uh-huh.
The interior smells
I
nice.
find it interesting that you know about all that sort of thing. Interior highlights: high marks
Eye marks.
for the dash design and functionality. Seats are very comfortable and supportive with indestructible surfaces. Passive phone charger is a little bit too tight for my Android that has a case on it.
High and passive.
Passive phone charger because you have to put the phone in vertically, right? So you've got to kind of run it up in there and then shove it down
Kinda
onto
lock
the
it in.
charger. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a little bit too tight with the phone case
Your
that I've
phone
got
is
on
6
there.
inches.
Cargo trunk room is more than expected in this size of a vehicle. What I liked about it, the design, what could use improvement. The new infotainment system is a bit more complicated than it was before. I know I didn't have too much time with it, but when you get it, you play with it and you tell me what you think of it.
Which is odd because you guys have all bragged about the Uconnect being the best
Yes.
one out there.
Yes. Well, it's different. They've changed it up a lot.
Really?
Yeah. So just thought I'd throw that out there at you. 2.0 liter inline 4-cylinder, turbocharged with 258 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. Now, when you get to the RT, it's got a smaller displacement, but more horsepower. They wind it up pretty tight. 9-speed automatic transmission, tow rating 2,000 pounds, which is a lot, I think. Manufacturer's miles per gallon is at 21 city, 29 highway for a combined of 24. I got 29.4 miles per gallon over 560 miles. This is the one that I took down to San Leon. Not San Leone, but San Leon. Thank you.
It's like Leon Sphinx. Got to miss that front tooth.
What I liked about it, the peppiness of the motor. And the GT has this motor, the RT has the other motor. All right. What could use improvement? It seems at times a bit disconnected between the start-stop feature and the transmission and the turbo lag. They all kind of combine. So if you are, I'm a 2-foot driver. So I've got the left foot for the brake, the right foot. So when I'm ready to go, brake off, accelerator on, quick, right?
Right.
And I did that one time trying to get across an intersection, and
Didn't like it.
it wasn't real happy with that. Ride and handling, I like the sportiness of the ride. What could use improvement? Perhaps a softer ride option. Just saying, I didn't drive it long enough. Drove it 560 miles, but I thought that the suspension may be a little bit tight on this one. Pricing. You can get in one of these for $34,995. The price as tested was $41,810. Let me back up. The base trim price is $34,995. Price is tested $41,810. And that also has the tech package and the track package. The tech package was $2,245. The track package was $2,995. That's why the huge price jump from the base trim up to the prices tested. Base model price, and this is where I think that really I'd like to focus the attention on. You could get in one of these.
GT.
In the GT, which is the base model, $29,995. But with this motor in it now, okay? So you get a lot, really, I think, for the price of $29,995. The competitors are the Mazda CX-30 that starts at $22,950. Yes, it's priced higher, the GT is, than the Mazda CX-30 for the entry level. The VW Tiguan starts at $26,950. And the Honda HR-V starts at $23,800. So it's kind of on the upper end of the price level there. But at any rate, it's a good-looking vehicle. The interior and the dash, spot on. And $29,995 gets you in one of these things.
Acapulco Gold.
Acapulco Gold. Don't forget that.
I think the wheelbase is too small. That's why I think it's stiff when I was in it.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a little too short, my opinion.
Well, it's a small SUV.
Yeah.
So you got to consider the source. This would be one of those for the hot rodder and his wife and their new baby. So he's got a little bit of the hot rod going on there, and especially with that RT. That RT's got some...
With the hotter motor?
Yeah. 288 horsepower out of that four-banger.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. It rocks and rolls. It also has a hot button on the steering wheel because it has an electric
kind of a
plug-in.
push to pass.
Plug-in, yeah. Push
Did you
to
have
pass.
paddle shifters on the one that you had?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember. Probably. Be my guess. All right. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7. That's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. And podcasts, yes, they are available from your favorite podcast supplier. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this very quick break. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipes mean when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the original Loopy Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here's the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Loopy Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Speaking of original, nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Loopy Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Loopy Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Loopy's. It's located just off I-10 and the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Loopy Tortilla in College Station, located just around the corner from Kyle Field. It's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Headed east to Louisiana, stop in at the Loopy Tortilla in Beaumont. It too's on I-10. You can't miss it. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants invites you in for the best Tex-Mex anywhere. Houston's finest cars are invited to another Gulf Coast Auto Shield Car Social, Saturday, December 2nd, and you're invited too. Show off your personal pride and joy, or just stop in to see the likes of Lucid, Lamborghini, Porsche, Ferrari, and more. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your one-stop shop for paint detailing, coatings, window tint, clear bras, and wheel repair. The Car Social is your opportunity to get a tour of this state-of-the-art facility, located at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. It all takes place Saturday, December 2nd, 9 to noon. This is the perfect opportunity to connect with other car enthusiasts. From BMWs to Bentleys, Corvettes to McLarens, the Car Social is a different kind of show. Talk to the owners. See Gulf Coast Auto Shield's facility. You'll be amazed. Put it on your calendar now. The Gulf Coast Auto Shield Car Social, Saturday, December 2nd, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. We'll see you then.
Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet and GM Performance has the absolute best price that you're going to find on GM parts, transmissions, and engines in the country. With the largest inventory as well that you're going to find in the U.S., Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet and GM Performance has what you need and has the best customer service to back it up. Contact one of our Texas team members for quotes and get that on your dock or at your front door as soon as possible. Rogers Dabbs GM Performance. Best inventory, best prices that you're going to find in the United States. Rogers Dabbs GM Performance.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.